Hello, welcome to Huson DIY. My name's Ben. Are you looking for a mini PC for the family that you need to use for basic computer things? This might be the one for you. This is the Trigkey Mini G3. Okay, welcome to this video. As I mentioned before, this video is all about the Trigkey G3. This is a new mini PC by Trigkey. So they sent me this one to unbox, review, have a look at and do a full kind of demo with. So the aim of this video, I'll first of all do an unboxing, we'll get it out of the box, have a look at what we get with the mini PC. We'll then set it up, so we'll connect it to a monitor, we'll connect it to the Wi-Fi, and we'll do all the Windows setup with it. Things look quite promising with this machine. It's got an Intel Celeron processor. It's got 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. So it's quite a basic, probably specification PC. It's not going to be a high-end one. It's going to be one that to use maybe in a home office for basic things with your children, with word processing, web browsing, watching YouTube videos, maybe kids doing the homework with it. So I think it'll probably be a good family PC to get things done with. I don't think it's not going to be a PC to do kind of video editing with, or high-end video editing, photo editing, things like that. So let's get started. We'll do an unboxing first, see what we get in there, and then we can move on from there. Okay, let's make a start with this unboxing. So it comes in a nice compact box. I've done a previous video on a different Trigkey machine, which I'll put a link to in this video. But again, it came in a similar type box, nicely packaged, got cellophane around it. You can kind of see on the back the specification of the device, the CE markings, manufacturer, etc., everything like that. So let's jump in. I think there's a little hole there which I started. So I'll take the plastic off. Okay, so it should be a sleeve, I think. Yep. So it's in a sleeve. So we've got the sleeve away, and then lid off. Okay, so straight away you can see kind of the size of the PC is going to be. Same with the other Trigkey one I did, and these mini PCs are really compact, really good if you wanted to keep things nice and tidy in your office, not having a huge machine somewhere in an office or in an area in your house you want to have a PC. So just keep the reference, got a kind of code 0 there, you can kind of see that hopefully. Small box. So straight away, got a user manual, G3 green there, all in different languages, setup, etc. So we don't need that just for now, but you do get one. A little bit of foam padding on top of the device there. So grab the accessories first. So exactly the same as the other one, which is great with these devices. You get a mount there, which you can then mount to the back of a monitor or a TV screen to keep things tidy, keep things out of the way. So you don't even have to have it showing at all. You can have it mounted on the back of your TV. So that does come with it as standard. So put that there. With it as well, we get a HDMI cable. So that's a meter HDMI cable in there. As well as that, if you do connect it to the back of your TV with that mount, you do get a tiny HDMI cable. So these are really good, obviously then you don't have the draping cables down the back of the TV or the monitor that you're using. So that's probably what, 20 centimeters long end to end, maybe 25. So you get that as well. Again, all included. Get a pack of screws there to connect the mount with if you do use the mount. So that's for them. And then the power adapter. So it's a nice, not very bulky. It's kind of probably the size of a phone charger, the actual, maybe a little bit bigger. But that does come with it. You also got the bit that goes into the PC itself. And the only other thing in the box is the mini PC itself. So in the box you've got the foam padding on the bottom there, so it's quite well protected in there. So move that out of the way. And then the mini PC is in a separate sleeve, in a separate bag, sorry. Just pop that out of the way. Just a little warning there about connected to your Wi-Fi. But that is it. So that is As I said before, really compact, really small device, really light. It's probably lighter than that kind of Coke Zero. I don't know why I randomly got a Coke Zero on there, but I'm using it for reference. But that's the device there. Okay, so the device itself, it says Trigkey on the front there in the green. You've got the Intel inside logo on the bottom there. Obviously it's an Intel processor in this. Physical port wise, let me just show you on the back. You've got the two which would look like USB 3 ports there. You've got a vent across the top, obviously for the fan vent. Two HDMI ports, a LAN Ethernet connection there, obviously a power port there, and a lock there, like for a Kensington lock type thing, just there. So that's the ones on the back. On the front, you've got the power button, you've got a headset port, headset jack, and another two USB ports. So that's 4 ports in total on a small PC like that. It's pretty good, to be honest. You can see there you've got the mounting points there for your bracket if you're going to use the bracket. The green G3 model obviously there on the back of there. So that's really good. So just a couple of things to point out. The two HDMI ports, they are two dedicated HDMI ports. So you've got the two display ports for two external displays at the same time. So you can you can have two monitors connected to this one device. So I will demo that. I've got two monitors I can use for that, so we can show that working later on. Obviously the 4 USB ports is really useful. So that's about it physical wise. As I say, it's really light. Obviously it's a plastic case, probably what helps with the lightness, but you've got plenty of vents on the sides there as well. Both sides, on the back. So this should be, I think it's going to be really quite a quiet machine as well. But what we'll do next is we'll get it plugged in, get it powered up, go through the setup process, connect it to the displays, and see how we go on from there. Okay, just before we go and plug in, just wanted to go through a couple more of the specifications just to cover them off before we get started. So obviously you've got we mentioned you can get the two types of this device. We've got the smaller version in terms of the specification with the RAM and the storage. So they've got the 8GB of RAM, 128GB of storage. You can get more, you get 16GB of RAM and the 256GB of storage. So we've got the smaller model in that sense. It's got DDR4 RAM, the RAM that's inside this. It's got Wi-Fi capability. It's got Bluetooth capability built in as well. We previously mentioned the dual HDMI ports for two displays, two 4K displays as well. So that's got that as well. And the kind of main thing for this is called the G3, the green G3. So this is supposed to be a low power consumption device. So I've been looking and I found a couple of applications we can use to test that with. So we'll test that. We'll get some programs running on the machine, the browser with videos playing, etc. And we'll check on the power consumption of that as well. So just wanted to add that in just before we get started. So let's move on now, plug this in and get it powered up. Okay, welcome back. We're up in the office now, ready to set up the mini PC. So what we're going to do, I'm going to plug it into the power obviously. We'll go through the Windows setup process, connecting to the Wi-Fi, setting all the Windows settings and letting it do its thing. We'll get a couple of applications installed on there. And then we'll get the Office applications on there hopefully as well. Do some testing with watching some videos and doing multiple things at the same time just to see how the computer copes. We'll do a power consumption test as well. And then finally what I'll do is I'll hook it up to two separate monitors, which I've got in here, just to test out that dual 4K display capability. So I'll move on down to the desk. We'll get started with the physical install and take it from there. Okay, so we've got things set up here now. I've got the mini PC here with the HDMI cable plugged into this monitor here. So this monitor is on and ready. I've got a Microsoft keyboard and mouse all in one device with the USB dongle plugged in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to power things up now. So I'm just checking the HDMI cables are in the back of there, which they are. The monitor's definitely on. So I'm going to plug in the power to the back of the device now. This is the first time I've powered it up. So it's plugged in. I'm going to press the power button on the front. You can hear a little bit of fan noise, tiny bit of fan noise. You can then see the blue light that's come on there as well. So hopefully the monitor will come back on because it'll have auto detected the signal from the HDMI cable. Okay, so you can see on the screen now. I've got the just a moment spinning there. Apologies about the monitor there. I'm not sure why I did that. This monitor can be a little bit flaky at times. So this is booting up now. I'll try and do things in as real time as possible to show you the setup. Obviously, when it's doing the installation of Windows and the updates, there's no point me showing you just going through that. So I will speed things up there, but we'll show things in real time. Okay, so we've got the Windows 11 things going on here. So as I've got, hopefully it'll detect my mouse and keyboard, which it's not done yet. Let me just, there we go, it has now. So we'll do English United States, because there's no English United Kingdom, but that should be fine for now. So I'm from United Kingdom, United Kingdom, and we'll skip a second layout. So I've got my, I'm going to connect to Wi-Fi, not over Ethernet. It has got an Ethernet port on the back, but I thought most people will probably connect via Wi-Fi, so I'll do all the testing on Wi-Fi. So I've got a Unify network in the house. This is the Windows 11 setup point, so I think this might be the point where it does take a while. Although I think I said this on the last video I did for the other Trigkey Mini PC, and I think it just took a few seconds, so let's wait and see. Okay, it didn't take too long. I won't show it in real time though, I don't think, so this will have appeared a lot quicker than it was. It probably took 2 or 3 minutes to get to this point. So we're fully logged into a Windows 11 desktop now. Obviously with all the standard applications installed on there. So let's just flick through and go into the settings. And we'll go into about this PC. So I just wanted to check some of the specifications on there. So you can see it's Windows 11 Pro installed today, 6th of August today. We've got 8 GB of installed RAM. We've got that Intel Celeron processor in there. Can we see anything else in there? No, just the Windows information. So yeah, as advertised really, you can see that in there. So that took obviously probably 10-15 minutes at the very most to get it set up, powered up, updated, connected to Wi-Fi, all that good stuff. Windows 11 Pro ready to go.
You'll probably find, let me do check though, because I know it will install some updates that are required to get it started, but there may be other updates that it will be missing. So let me do a check for updates on there just to see what's going on. So I imagine, yeah, look, there's tons of updates. So it'll obviously be, it's not doing them automatically. So what we'll do, I'll install all of these updates. I'll get that done. I'll download them, install, come back. There probably will be more because obviously this will have been built a long time ago. So I'll do some updates that it thinks it needs. Some cumulative updates there for Windows 11. So I'll get them done. And then next step, we'll download some software and actually use some software, including I'm going to try and do a power consumption test as well. So I'll stop it there, come back when I've got some applications installed. Okay, so I've got things going. The updates are still going on in the background. There's tons of updates, so I didn't want to wait. So I've started anyway. So as you can see, I've got my Huson DIY channel here on YouTube. So I've got the web browser working, obviously fine. That's not a problem. So what I'll do, let me just start using the PC generally, just to kind of show you what's going on. So what I'll do is let me just load on a random YouTube video, which I will mute. So YouTube playing in the background there, and then if I go on to, so we've got a video playing there. What I've done is I've got the Office application here, so I can be in Microsoft Word, for example. So if I create a new document in Microsoft Word, which you may do, obviously again this is using the Edge browser, but it's still using system resources to do this. So if I use split screen and have a Word document open here, so the video playing on this side, obviously I can be working on this side. Nice split screen view using the built-in split screen Windows feature. So that's fine, that's working fine. So I can be working in here. I can. Okay, so no idea what's going on in the browser. What I've done is downloaded the Netflix application on there, the PC application, and it's working on there. So let me just load up. A little bit Stranger Things. Won't show very much of it. In fact, I'll probably blur it due to copyright issues. But just to show you there, it is working. So if I skip through it, you can see it working there. So Netflix is running. Netflix is running on the PC. I've obviously got the web browsers running multiple different applications. Just still have the YouTube video running there, which is still running. That's fine. So I've got Microsoft Word open. We're working on that. Excel. I could open a new Excel document there. PowerPoint. All running absolutely fine there. Okay, so that's the kind of basic setup done. I've got things on there that I would use on there, that the family would use. You don't really need anything more than a web browser really nowadays for, you know, even doing Microsoft Office applications. You don't need the applications on the PC. The web apps are as powerful and as good and feature rich as the application you would download onto the PC. So that works fine. YouTube working fine. Watching videos, audio coming through from just using HDMI to my monitor. Netflix application installed, all fine, no problems whatsoever. What I'll do now, because it is one of the selling points of the device, is I'll connect from the back of it. There is, as I showed before, there's the dual HDMI outputs. So I will connect up the second monitor, and we'll just see how that performs, make sure it works okay, see if there's any kind of delay with moving things from monitor to monitor. So I'll try and get a web browser on each one so you can do multiple things on your device, do maybe a 4-way screen split. So I'll get that set up now, we'll switch around and I'll show you both monitors set up. Okay, I've switched to the handheld cam just so I can show you a little bit about what's going on. So let me flick around and show you. So I've got the original setup here with the PC and the monitor set up there. I've then got a second monitor over here, which is my Cisco all-in-one device. which I believe is a 4K display, to be honest with you. So what I'll do is, just down here, I've got the cable from there. Oops, and I've just pulled the power out. Okay, I thought I broke it. I didn't, just had to wait a bit of time and it's now working. So I've unplugged one of them. It's got the one plugged in. So I'm going to just enter my PIN number just to show you that PIN number entry. And we're in. So let me get it to the start screen, home screen, and then I'll plug it in then. Get it set up down here. Okay, so we're loaded. I'm now going to plug this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to unplug this one though. Sorry, unplug this one. Plug it into the second port. Okay, so I've plugged this one into the second port now. So that's plugged in there. I've just done that so I can get that one into that one easier. So I'm going to plug the second monitor in. Okay. So it's not done anything instantly. Okay. So that was my error. The HDMI cable wasn't plugged in properly. So I didn't have to do anything then other than just put in the HDMI cable. So you can see that working on both displays without any interaction from me doing anything. So now you can see it's picking up that second display, that Cisco Desk Pro device. So I just go back to display, and yeah, now I've got the two monitors. So if I do identify, I've got monitor 1. And monitor 2. Monitor 2, I'll move over there and apply. So obviously I think monitor 2 is larger because it's got the larger resolution. I'm pretty sure that screen is a 4K screen. If I go here, have a look. Yeah. 3840 by 2160 pixels, 60 Hz screen. So it is a bit of a beast screen, that, to be fair, it's a good screen compared to the Dell, which is lower. So yeah, so that's some setup. What I'll do, let me get some applications on each of them and show you what they look like. Okay, so what I've done is I've got 4 individual Edge browser windows open. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can see, I've got YouTube, 4 individual YouTube videos playing, all Huson DIY videos, just to let you know, playing there. So 4 videos, all playing at once on 2 screens. So it's a good test of my broadband and the bit and bandwidth, etc., I suppose. But if I try and put the quality, because I've done this tie-dye t-shirt one, if you want to watch that, I'll put a link in the video. It's a 4K video. I didn't do this one in 4K, but we'll put it up to the highest setting. It's got it in HD 1080p. This one is again available in 1080p. This one we put it back so it doesn't stop. .1080p. Okay, so I've got a 4K video playing there, a 1080p HD video playing there, another 1080p HD video playing there. That's just, yeah, there we go. That's a Blink video doorbell install if you're interested in that, and that's a recent trip to a dam near us that's got really low water. But 4 videos playing at least HD, one of them in 4K. If I just take the mute off one there. And Oliver's had a look what it couldn't stop. So we've got the audio playing there. So that's working flawlessly, to be honest with you, across the 2 screens. So if you did have 2 monitors in your office, you could obviously do plenty there with that, with a 4 split across, that's the Windows feature with a screen split. But that's 4 windows across 2 screens. And that worked without a problem. The only problem was me with the user error by one, unplugging the power and not plugging in the HDMI cable. One thing just to show you on here, I've got the open hardware monitor software running, just to show you the load that's on this. So I've still got the 2 screens with the 4 edge windows open, all playing video. So you can see the 4 CPU cores there running. You can see the load on the memory, temperature of the device. So that's up and down with those videos playing. There still are some updates being downloaded in the background as well, some Windows updates. But you can see, not that you'd ever probably sit and watch 4 different YouTube videos, but you can definitely see the capability of the device. Playing 4 videos, all streaming from YouTube, is pretty good, I'd say. Do that, and the computer's still usable. So that's just an overview, just to give you an idea of the load on the CPU and the memory of the device. Okay, so that was the display test we've just done on the 2 displays with the multiple windows, which were really successful. I mentioned previously that I wanted to do a power consumption test. So this is that part now. We're going to do a power consumption test. So the plan is I've got some smart plugs, some Wi-Fi smart plugs that I use around the house for different things, and they actually allow you to monitor your power consumption on the plug itself. So these are a brand of Amazon called Trigkey, Teckin. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested. And use a Smart Life application on your mobile phone to look after, configure those devices. And it's within the Smart Life application. For each device that's capable of it, you can monitor the power consumption. So let me show you what the plan is here. So under the desk, as you can hopefully see, I've got the power adapter connected into the Wi-Fi switch. Let me show you. So it's just there. So that's connected to the Wi-Fi. I've got the power adapter for the PC plugged in. So at the moment it's switched off. As you can see, let me just light that up a little bit better. So it's switched off at the moment. What we'll do is I will get the Smart Life application on my phone. And I'll do a screen recording of the application now. So if I start this now, which I'll show on the screen. So I've got the Smart Life application running. What I'm going to do, I'm going to power on the device now. So instantly we should see the power consumption jump up, which it just did. So you can see the milliamp usage and the power wattage going up there. So the device is now on. So we'll just do some real basic testing just to show that power consumption go up. So nothing's running at the moment, obviously other than background services, but no applications are running. So if I just start Microsoft Edge, simply load up YouTube. And I'll do two separate tabs. On the screen. So 1 tab, 2 tabs, so 2 windows. So let me just get YouTube loaded up on the other side as well. Side by side YouTube. I will obviously search for a Huson DIY video. So we'll play the recent tie-dye one that we've done, if you're interested in some tie-dye. And then I'll also show you this is the Trigkey S3 Mini PC I've also done an unboxing and install of. So we've got 2 YouTube videos running side by side in separate edge windows. So you can see the power consumption has gone up, you can see the wattage there going along. So what we'll do, let me just find another application. So I've got just the lightweight Teams application on here. So load that up. So it seems to spike, the power wattage spikes a little when you open up applications, as it would do because it's using things on the PC, so RAM and the CPUs, etc., to run those applications. So obviously it's going to use them as it kicks in the application more for the CPU and RAM usage, so it'll require more power, so that's kind of obvious. But you can see as it does that, it then settles back down, as it doesn't need that much. So if I load up the Office application, which I've got on there, again you see the spike going up. Let's click through this, even though I've done it before. And then we'll open up Microsoft Word, which will open it in the web browser. But again, it just gives you an idea of the power consumption. Okay, hopefully that power consumption was useful to see. So I just wanted to finalise kind of my thoughts, do an overview of the video we've just done with the unboxing and the install of the device. So obviously it's been the Trigkey G3 Mini PC. So as I said at the beginning of the video, Trigkey did send me this PC free of charge to do the unboxing, install and review of. It's been an honest review, and from the outset I kind of mentioned I think the PC is very much a home office PC for the family, so for word processing, browsing the web, watching videos, watching Netflix, and as you've seen on the video, it's dealt with those applications absolutely fine, not a problem whatsoever. You've seen the power consumption. We've looked at the how the PC reacts with its CPU and its RAM, etc. when using those applications. So hopefully again that was useful to see. So Trigkey do sell them online on Amazon. So I bought the other Trigkey machine, which I'll put a link in on this video, so you can watch another Trigkey machine which I purchased from Amazon. So the G3 is on sale on Amazon. It's around just over the £100 mark. It does differ in price. They do keep reducing the price until they get the right price set. So I'll put a link in the description. Check it out. It's a really good value PC. If you are looking for a PC for your home office, I think it's ideal. At the price, at the performance levels, you can't really go wrong, to be honest with you. You've got the really small form factor of the device as well, which is a real bonus. And if you do have two monitors, you can obviously output to two monitors at the same time. So can't really fault it really. I think the only thing I have spotted which is a disadvantage is there is no USB-C port. Obviously I've got, and many people will have USB-C accessories. So I've got the USB-C hubs, the USB hubs, the multiple USBs, SD card readers. So that is a disadvantage. Obviously, it's got the multiple USB-A ports, which are USB 3. So it's fully capable in terms of connecting hardware to it. It's just lacking that USB-C port. But other than that, I can't fault it really. Again, for the price, it's a real good value PC, perfect for that home office use. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope it's been useful in one way or another for you to see if you're comparing it against another product or looking for a product in this price range. Hopefully it's been useful. If you have liked it, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you didn't like it, by all means give it a dislike. If you've got any questions about the device, any comments about the video, please do put them in the comment section. I will reply to all comments in there. And if you do like this video and you want to see more from Huson DIY, please subscribe. Okay, thank you.